Hi there and welcome back to another video. Are you having trouble killing enemies or surviving in ground realistic on War Thunder? Don't worry, I got you. Throughout this video, I will give you 15 very important tips that will boost your survivability. Watch through the entire video as you might not know all of them, but before we do the first tip, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching, as this took many hours to make and it would be really helpful. Tip 1. Peek around corners safely and correctly. When you want to look around a corner and see if an enemy is approaching, some people will turn their turret towards the area, but this is dangerous to do. This is because a quick enemy could appear and kill you before you can turn your turret back to him. Instead, you should hold the C button to look around the corner without turning your turret. This makes it so that if somebody is approaching you, you can quickly aim at him. Tip number 2. Focus on victory. Some people will just find an overpowered spot in a map and kill multiple people, but do absolutely nothing to help win the game by capturing or defending points. If you do this, your grinding speed will decrease. If you try and defend and capture points while still killing multiple enemies, you will get a victory, which gives extra research points and helps the team. Tip number 3. Use binoculars a lot. Binoculars are very important to use. For example, when I watch down this road in sniper mode, I cannot see anybody. But when I put binoculars, I see that a 𝗓𝗘𝗥𝗬 is hiding down the hill and I can use ballistics to kill him. If you are wondering, binoculars are the key B. Tip number 4. Have a proper loadout. This loadout is wrong because you mostly have one type of vehicle, and this is also very wrong because there is a large variety of battle rating. Instead, try having all vehicles at about the same battle rating and have multiple types, such as 1 medium, 1 heavy, 1 tank destroyer, 1 light, 1 anti-air, and 1 close air support plane. If you do not have space for that, you can just remove the one you play worst with. Tip number 5. Practice shooting in third person. Here is why. Let us say this T-55 was an enemy. If I went out and tried to get a good aim at him in sniper mode, he might have enough time to turn and shoot me, which could one-shot my vehicle. Meanwhile, if I shot in third person, it would have been quicker, and his chance of turning around and shooting me in time would be less. Tip number 6. Put this option on off immediately and never put it on. The one I am talking about is grass and tank sight. When I look at this hill with grass and tank sight on, I cannot see anybody, but if I go to options and then search grass and disable grass and tank sight, I can clearly see a 𝗓𝗘𝗥𝗬 behind the hill. Never have this option on when playing. Tip number 7. Angle your tiger at all times. A lot of people never angle their tiger. Here is a tiger that is not angled. As you can see, it is easy to penetrate. Meanwhile, if you angle 45 degrees, it becomes much harder. But there are still weak spots that everybody should know. Tip number 8. Choose the right camouflage. When going into battle, you should always check if the correct camouflage is selected. It has happened many times to me where the auto camouflage selector picks the wrong camouflage and I end up being spotted very fast. So make sure you check your camouflage before going to battle. Tip number 9. Change this sound setting and always have volume. You should always play with volume when playing War Thunder. Go to options, sound, and decrease my engine to as least as possible and others' engine as much as possible. This way, you can hear if an enemy is approaching even better. Tip 10. How to avoid revenge bombing. Here is an example of revenge bombing. This 𝗓𝗏 found a nice spot and killed an M3 Stuart. After the Stuart died, it spawned with a bomber and bombed the A13 at the place he remembered it was. To avoid this, try changing position almost every time you kill somebody. Tip 11. How to use bushes correctly. Let's take this jumbo. An obvious small weak spot is the machine gun. Therefore, you should put a bush on it, making it hard to shoot at it. If your tank does not really have a specific weak spot, like the M24, just try covering as much of the tank with bushes as possible. Here is the M24 without bushes. And here with bushes. Tip 12. How to survive a close air support attack. Here are 3 ways. Number 1. Use your tank to blend in with colors. As you see, what I am doing now with my tank is correct. because I am blending in with the colors. But this is wrong, because I am not blending in with the colors. Number 2, try being under a building. In this map, there is a bridge I can hide under. By doing this, it will be harder to spot me and to kill me. Number 3, do not move around in an open field. If you are near a building, stick close to it and try not moving. This makes it seem as if you were part of it sometimes, but never move around in an open field, and never ever use your machine gun or main gun. Tip number 13, have a good communication with your allies. If you play a light tank, you should always use the scout ability. The scout ability makes it so that your allies can see the enemy you scouted. You should also have the squad tag. When you see an enemy, squad tag him on the map, and then you should tag him on the map. Tip number 14, remember common spots where enemies usually are. In this match, I get killed by a puma in the mountains, but the next time, I should remember that the mountain is a common spot for snipers, so I stay cautious and look at the mountain multiple times and kill him when I see him. And the final tip, tip number 15, use the correct amount of ammo. When people go to battle, they might take maximum amount of ammo because they want to make sure they have enough, but this is a very crucial mistake. When you do this, there is way more ammo in your tank, increasing the chance of a tank shooting you there and you being one-shotted. Instead, try to take in between 20 and 30 rounds. This heavily decreases the chance of you being one-shotted. Anyways, I really hope you liked the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video. See you in another video.